everyone, so today we're going to be making this DIY Kawaii cat squishy out of memory foam. So you'll need a block of memory foam. Now you can get this quite cheap, and then you'll need to get a permanent marker to draw your shape on. So for this little cat I've decided to do it very similar to the bunny one that I did, and so he's lying down in like a kind of really round blobby shape. Next you need to start cutting it out. Now you can take quite big snips to start with and then basically start to cut your way in, following the lines that you've left. So this is a fairly easy shape to do. Basically just follow your outline around and then you should start to see the shape come to life. Remember that when you start to do the ears, you're going to make them stand out, so you need to cut the rest of the memory foam a bit lower down to make sure that they actually kind of stand out from the rest of the body. Also, you need to make sure that you smooth everything out. I also added a little tail because I thought that would be really cute. So the next step, I haven't actually used Mod Podge for this one, I've just gone straight in with the paint. Now my mixture uses PVA glue, acrylic paints and shaving foam. I prefer to use this mixture over Puffy paint because Puffy paint is really expensive, or at least it's very expensive in the UK. I'm not sure about other countries, but here it's very expensive to get and you don't get much for what you get, so this is kind of a better way to make the most of your money. So when you're painting, remember to do it in a really thick layer and remember to cover up as much as you can so that you can get rid of all the air holes. You will need to leave this to set overnight so that it gets completely dry, and when you've painted the bottom, remember to go back round and paint the top again and basically anywhere that you've missed. So when that is dried, it will feel a lot harder and you'll have a better idea of the shape that you've made. Now this is when I decided to go in with the colour. I decided to go for a nice pink because I wanted to make him a cute little cat. So I made the second colour different to the first. You can obviously do whichever colour you like here, it's completely up to you. Once you've got the right consistency, then you are ready to start painting. Now when you're mixing this paint mixture, it's always a good idea to have kind of almost half and half glue and paint, and then only put a little bit of shaving foam in. Now the reason for this is because otherwise the shaving foam won't dry properly. But basically what you need to do is just put a really thick layer on the whole of the little cat and cover it up, and then when this is done you're going to have to leave it to dry overnight again. So there you go, once it's dry. Now I did get a bit of kind of blue paint on it, which was probably not a very clever idea, but then I put another layer on because my other layer wasn't thick enough. I think if I'd have made that mixture a bit thicker it would have been okay, but I really wanted to have a really smooth, thick finish on the final product. But this process is basically the same as the last one, just make sure everything's covered up well. You'll notice that it's a lot easier to cover up most of the air bubbles now, so you can see where you've gone. Obviously my colour's a bit different to the last one as well, which made it easier to see. So as you can see, it's now all dried and it looks very similar to the type of texture and everything you get with a fabric paint or a puffy paint, which is what we wanted to achieve. So the next step is to paint the features on. Now I do this just using acrylic paint, but you can also use the same mixture of shaving foam, PVA glue and acrylic paint if you want a more raised finish. Basically I'm just colouring the ears in here in a darker shade of pink. Then I'm drawing these cute little hairs on the front. Like I said, you can go with whatever you want, it really doesn't matter, the colour's completely up to you. The next step is to very roughly draw on the eyes and the nose and the mouth. And you can do this in pencil because you can rub it out very easily if you make a mistake. So as usual I've used a permanent marker for this. As I said, you can use acrylic paint, it's completely up to you. I would recommend using permanent marker if you don't have a very steady hand, because it's a lot easier to get a neater finish than it is with acrylic paint. So to draw the little reflections in the eyes, I've used a Posca pen. Now these are brilliant because it means that they can draw white on dark like blacks and things like that, and they work really well. Look how cute he looks. I then put his little tongue in and then gave him some cute little blush cheeks. So now he's finished and he's super cute. He's really squishy, which I'm really happy about. I think he squishes better than my rabbit one, but I can't tell. There's not much of a difference. So if you want to use Mod Podge or not, then that is completely up to you. They do have different finishes, but they both end up squishing really well. So I hope you enjoyed that, and thank you for watching. If you liked the video, then remember you can subscribe to see more cute nerdy DIYs, and I will see you in the next one.